Welcome to Community Dialogue, hosted by the Henry County Chamber of Commerce Engagement and Inclusion Committee. I am Judy McMurtry. I am the chair of the Engagement and Inclusion Committee. My co-host today is Christy Chuney. She will be also participating in our discussion, and we have special guest Leonard Robinson, Christopher Smith, and we'll be discussing today Veterans Entrepreneur Network Committee and two great events that this wonderful committee will be hosting together. So, with that said, Christy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Sure. Good morning, Judy. Um, we are excited to have Leonard and Christopher with us this morning to talk about the Veterans Entrepreneurial Group and the two events that are going to be coming up. And so, one of the big things with our community dialogue that I always say and I always want to mention is our sponsor, Kaiser Permanente. They have been with us the entire time. We've done our community dialogues since 2020, and we just want to thank them to give us the format to be able to do this. And so, as we move forward, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for your service, Leonard and Christopher, for serving and protecting us. And as we move into talking about our veterans group, Leonard, if you will introduce yourself and then pass it along to Christopher to give us your background, and we'll start the conversation.
Okay. Hello. Hi. I'm Leonard Robinson. I am the membership director of membership here at the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. I've been in the seat for approximately just a little over 1 year in February. It's an amazing position, and it's an opportunity where we get to help members of our community come together, and we make sure that these members are recognized, noticed, and that that they're being recognized and noticed.
Awesome.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Christopher Smith. I'm with the Henry County Veteran Support Group. I'm Army retired, 30 years, served as a medic and a nurse while on active duty. Here at the Veteran Support Group, we are a 501c uh, organization dedicated to assisting veterans from all branches of service and guiding those veterans in accessing medical care, emotional support, transitioning the veterans step by step with free assistance to stability and independence, along with other supportive services. Thank you for having us.
Okay, thank you both for being here, and again, thank you, Christy. Okay, I'm a little curious to why the entrepreneur? Because you do supporting of veterans in many areas, but Leonard, you and Christopher, if you both can answer this question, why focus on entrepreneurs as far as our veterans? What's the significance behind that?
Well, the I think the real significance behind it, if there's any, this gives us an opportunity to express our community's gratitude, connect directly with those people that have served. It's a chance for Henry County's chamber and its foundational events to allow us to spotlight veterans' contributions while creating an international space for recognition, connection, and resource sharing. We want to be able to reflect on the deep respect and the growing commitment of integrating our veterans into an economic and the civic life here in Henry County.
Okay, Chris, you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, here at the Henry County Veteran Support Group, we are here to assist those young veterans that's coming off active duty. If they
Mm-hmm.
need guidance as far as job placement, not placement, but those businesses that are hiring veterans. We advertise that here in our office on our website. Try to help those veterans. I say young veterans, but every now and then you get a little older, you might get out of work, so you still need some assistance. So we'll try to help you out in that way.
Okay. Now, I know you're having a great event that's coming up, and it's Armed Forces Day, and you're honoring all the people who have served. So, what is the significant, or I could just say, how does it relate to supporting your local veterans with this particular Arms Day event that you're going to have, hosted by your group and the chamber as well, the VSG as well as the Henry County Chamber of Commerce? Can you let us know a little bit about that?
Well, there's our Armed Forces Day, of course. In addition to Armed Forces Day, before we get to Armed Forces Day, and we had a bit of logistics issues trying to get them. We wanted to have one big Veterans Weekend, but logistics didn't allow us to do that, so we split it into 2 weekends.
Okay.
This all starts with, and it's actually one event, like I said, over 2 weekends. We're going to start, and I'm going to let Chris talk about first the Veterans Gala on the 9th, and then Chris, I'll pick up after you, and then we'll get into the Armed Forces portion of it. But on the 9th, that's where we're going to start this process, which is where we would have started anyway. So if you want to share more about the Gala.
All right, great. Thank you. Yeah, coming up on May 9th, we will be hosting the Veterans Memorial Gala. And the purpose of the gala is we hear all the time people wanting to honor us for serving, but it's a misconception on Memorial Day. You know, somebody might say Happy Memorial Day. No, it's not a happy day because, you know, we've lost so many of our fellow comrade at arms, you know, but we not only want to recognize those veterans that died during combat, but we want to recognize that veteran that also served and have passed. And so we wanted to give the families of these veterans an opportunity to honor their loved ones. And so we decided to put this gala on, and we asked the families to send us pictures of your loved ones and a little information and background so that we can put on a nice video collage of those veterans that served.
Okay, can you elaborate a little bit more about the Veterans Memorial, where it's going to be held at? I know it's going to be May 9th, the time, and who's invited?
Yes, the whole community is invited. It's
Okay.
going to be held at Grace Baptist Church in Stockbridge, right there off 138. I'd like to thank Pastor McFarland and his crew. They gave us this venue at no cost.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, and it's from 7 to 11. And it is a black tie event. We're dressing up. We're gonna get nice and pretty. We're gonna try, Leonard, anyway, to look real nice, so the guys can put on the tux and the ladies can come in their gowns, and we just want to do this up nice and fancy, and truly honor our veterans.
Oh, it sounds exciting. Leonard, you have anything you want to share in regards
Yeah,
to?
on that note, when we talk about truly honoring our veterans, we're going to follow that up the following week with a demonstration of how connected and how supportive Henry County is of each other. I'm also a member of Leadership Henry, the class of 2025, the best class ever and a notch above the best. But we part of what I learned in that last day of Leadership Henry is we went for this was Public Safety Day. So we walk inside this county building, and when we come back outside, there was a display of where Henry County had come together to display all of the, whether it's the mobile command center, the SWAT team, the K9 units, fire and rescue, our services. We live in a very safe, protected environment. Here in the Henry County Chamber of Commerce, I like the tagline, connected, protected, and respected. We want to make sure our community understands that. We're going to go out of our way to make a display, and I've been talking to Lieutenant Brooks. I've been talking to other members of the Fire Rescue and Public Safety Committee. We're going to start that morning off. We will have a military honor guard here to present the colors. This is at 10:30 in the morning on the 16th. We will be followed by the national anthem, and it will be followed up by Henry County pouring back into its veteran community to show them that they're welcome here, they're connected here, and we want them to know that they're respected here.
Are you referring to the 16th of May, 10:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock at Henry County Chamber of Commerce?
Here on the chamber grounds, yeah, we want to bring a very awesome display of what we do here in Henry County. And it will be an indoor-outdoor event. There will be tables and booths available. And just reach out to me. I make sure my information, I can put it in the chat. You can reach me here at the Chamber of Commerce or lrobinson@henrycounty.com. And if you're interested and you have display information or things that information you want to get out to the veterans, for instance, one of the biggest things that's going on right now, talk about Veteran Support Group and all of the services that they provide. A large part of, and we're going to do a lot about trying to make sure we change that. A lot of the services they have there are not recognized because the community hasn't come together well enough to understand what it is that we have and that we can provide for our veterans. And I think we have a plan now to come together to be more intentional about sharing this message and just, for instance, those services. And then the other services, and we're going to bring it together, connected in one local place, your Veterans Entrepreneurial Group, where we can make sure all of this information, when you reach out, we want to make sure that you get in touch with Veteran Support Group, you get in touch with someone who's doing housing. And a lot of these things or healthcare or benefits or whatever you need, and the majority of it, a lot of it, Chris, you guys are already providing, but you're too well kept secret, and I think we need to fix it.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that.
Okay.
You saying that for sure. A lot of the services that we provide here, we get so many veterans that will visit us for the first time and they say, look, I passed by that place hundreds of times, never knew what you guys did. And when they come inside, they're amazed. We have a free breakfast for veterans on Monday and Wednesday mornings from 8 till 10. We focus on any homeless veterans, but quite naturally, they can't always get here. But it's open to any veteran, their family member just want to come in and fellowship, have breakfast with us. We provide for our homeless veterans a safe place to come and take a shower if they need a shower. We have a clothes closet. We can provide them fresh new clothing or slightly used clothing. We also have a washer and dryer here that they can come and wash their clothes if they need be. But again, like Leonard's saying, out in the community, it's just not enough people that really know about us. And that's why we like the idea of partnering with the chamber to help reach businesses their customer base can start hearing more and finding out about what we're doing here.
Okay, so with all of that said, and this is awesome information, I'm so excited about it. And Leonard, I don't know if you mentioned that you are a veteran Marines. Am I correct to say that?
Are there other branches of the service? Yes.
Yeah, right.
That's right. That's right. There are other. I saw the other uniforms. Yes.
Well, because I know it's a passion for you too. So this is why you'll be a great person to be the liaison for this committee. So I really want to dive a little bit more into this partnership. How did it come about with you two having this partnership and really forming this group that you are starting, and when it's going to start? How can people join, and do you have to be a member of the chamber in order to be a part of this networking group?
Fantastic. As far as networking is concerned, we always want to network, and we open networking up generally. We're going to open networking up to the public. As far as the Veterans Entrepreneurial Group here at the chamber, yeah, that's going to involve chamber members, and we're building a committee to actually service and govern it. And we really want to make sure that we have an opportunity to let people and the members get involved. The members can get involved. I mean, they can hire veterans. All right, it gives you a chance to hire heroes and improve the community that we all live in. It gives you a chance to mentor or be mentored by a veteran or someone that that you can spend some time with and develop some know, like, and trust. And it always, of course, it enforces us to engage with these service members. And I think that's a big part of it. Whether you're sponsoring, you're volunteering, or you're simply letting them know that there's services at the Veteran Support Group, we want to make sure that we're here and that our members are collectively interested in doing the best that we possibly can for the veterans in the community.
Okay. Is this group live now, or when are you kicking off?
Yeah, the group is actually live now. Our Veterans Entrepreneurs Group, it's a veterans committee that meets here at the chamber. At this point now, we're looking to expand the committee some and bring in, we've got the foundation of the committee set. And we're also learning that we have partners in the community, as I mentioned, from fire, rescue, K9, et cetera, that I recently met. And so this is going to be expanding and growing exponentially. We expect to have real good numbers, yes.
Okay, so how did you two come together to form this particular group? Well, keep it clean. We are on social media.
Okay. Well, being members of the chamber, when Leonard came on board in his position, he introduced himself, and we found out that he was a Marine. And it was like, hey, do you know about Veteran Support Group? And he said, no, I don't. And we educated him, invited him over to one of our morning breakfasts, and we've been chugging along ever since. And he's stressing ever so much to help us get the word out about what we do here. And I'd be remiss, I need to say that the city of McDonough, Mayor Vincent, strongly supports us, has backed us since we've been here, or since she's been in office. And I like, she'll put it out when she starts talking about veterans. She say, hey, we don't have we can't at the federal level put a veteran organization here to support the veterans. Therefore, she sends all things veterans to us, along with Mayor Anthony Ford at Stockbridge. He is a retired Army colonel, and he supports us, allowed us to have a career fair over at Merrill Manor at no cost a few years ago. Mayor Vincent did the same thing here in McDonough this year. They both support us. As a matter of fact, Mayor Ford will be our guest speaker for the gala on May 9th.
Okay. So when we talk about this gala, how do people get tickets? Where are you advertising this? I mean, let us know.
All right. Well, we are definitely advertising on all our social media. We have our website, our Facebook, Instagram. We have posted it around the square. They have the marquee on the square that shows information on how to sign up for it. But there's a QR code on the flyer. Scan that QR code, and you can go and register for the gala. You can also register your loved one if you want them honored at that event on the same flyer.
Okay. Are you accepting sponsorship for the gala?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's mention that.
Thank you for throwing that in there. Yes, we couldn't do this without our sponsors.
Sponsorship dollars. We have
all
to
that information is on the flyer. Thank you.
We love you for we thank you and love you and honor you for your service. My son
and we've also used our media machine to help get the information out about the gala. So the chamber has it published on all of its social media feeds and websites. We have it published in our e-news on a weekly basis. I think we've got a lot of potential. And you're right, Chris, as I was scrolling through the square on the weekend, I had an event down there. I passed by a window and somebody's got it taped inside their window. So the community, and that's the thing, when you were mentioning the mayors and even Locust Grove, Hampton, we have one of the most connected communities where public officials, whether it's our board meetings or events like this, we have a very connected community here in Henry County, and that's something we definitely want to take big advantage of because we really have services that don't traditionally have a reputation for working together that really work together amazingly here in Henry County, where we're almost a model of how that's done.
Awesome. So Miss Chrissy, I know you just waiting to jump in to say some things, and I'm not gonna leave my favorite co-host out of it.
I am. I want to go back and talk about hiring veterans and what the advantage is for a business owner to hire a veteran, because there are advantages outside of some tax breaks and things like that. But what's the advantage if I'm a business owner and I've got a veteran in front of me? What's my advantage of hiring that
I
person?
want to start with that and let Chris finish because I don't think I want to go
Absolutely.
after him on this one. But now you want to hire the vet because the vet went and made sure you could get hired. That's where this. But let's just keep it in line.
Yes.
What veterans are, they're not asking for anything. They're certainly not looking for handouts. We're looking to take care of the ones that took care of us, and it's an opportunity to give back to these heroes. It's an opportunity to say thank you in a lot of situations. And then when it comes to just the service and benefits and the actual tangibles, I think Chris is probably better served.
Yes. One good thing or one advantage about hiring a veteran is they come in with a skill set because, and what most people don't understand, unlike in the business world, the military starts training you from the beginning to go into leadership. So you start at a young age. You bring that structure. You're learning how to work with others and planning, the planning process, getting the job done, the experience that a young veteran brings to the table, and it doesn't matter how long they've been in, is invaluable is valuable to the community. Again, you're not having to go through that leadership training. Get them, they walk in the room already know. They just need to learn your process, how you expect things, and then bring those skills that they learned while in the military to the table.
Awesome. Well, someone who's
I knew he
watching.
was going to do that. That's why I didn't go after
Oh
him.
yeah, she said.
Yeah.
She said
Yes.
excellent ethics. You forgot to you left out excellent work ethic. I
Absolutely.
love hiring veterans. That's Miss Phyllis online who just typed that out. So yeah,
Great.
people are
Thank you.
listening and they are interacting, which is awesome.
You know,
So
one
Chris,
of
what else
the
you got?
things, yeah, one of the things that we're kind of talking along that lines, and just wanted to know if Veteran Service Group does this, is sometimes there is a little bit of a transition from being in the military to being a civilian. Do you guys have classes or anything that they can come to kind of help with that transition?
Yes, we do provide. We have Dr. Edgar Dillard, who is our training education coordinator, and what he tries to do is put on those classes to help those veterans building resumes, doing interviews, different things like that. The issue is, like we discussed earlier, is getting enough interested individuals, the clientele, young veterans, and I know for myself when I was younger and got out, most of your organizations like American Legion and the VFW and sources like that, we have it in our mind that that's just a bunch of old fogies like me and Leonard sitting around smoking, drinking, and telling
Telling war
lies.
stories.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's
Tell him.
right.
Yeah, you call them war stories. I say lies, but and they just don't want to be a part of it, and they tend to think that that's what the Henry County Veteran Support Group is. Also, this is not a club. It's not a membership. We
Right.
are all about trying to help that veteran transition from active duty
Hmm.
into the civilian life. And it can be difficult at times.
Yeah.
We get a lot of complaints. Oh my God, man, I hate working with these civilians. They're so,
Keep it clean,
they
please.
just don't know how to do things.
Undisciplined.
And they question everything. We have a mission and we're trying to do the mission. And, well, why I got to do that? Yeah, well, this your job. So, but
Okay.
that aside, yeah, we try to help them with that transition. We try to be real and talk about, what it's going to be like when you actually go get back into the workforce or get into the workforce. But that happens outside of being in a class. We have 20 plus volunteers here at VSG. Not all of them are veterans, but about 19 or so are actual veterans. And they have that experience. Some of us have been retired for a while and we worked in the civilian uh, arena. So one-on-one conversation, just being around other veterans, that camaraderie, where you can sit and talk with one another and cover issues that you may have trying to get into the workforce or while you're in the workforce.
And another thing, Christy, too, one of the things, and as you can tell, Chris and I, we're not a couple of spring chickens, but this isn't something that was always it was kind of a taboo topic. You don't talk about getting out of the service. There was no getting out of the service. That was your DD 214, our exit document was the end of the world. Okay, so as you're exiting, there was no plan to help you exit the service because no one was had any intentions on you exiting. All right. So as this kind of became more, I'll use a term like trendy now. There's support groups on social media, vets to industry. There's groups like Chris's now, like veteran support group now that are literally prepared to help you make that transition from military to civilian life, because that's a real transition for a lot of service people, and it needs to be handled that way, and it doesn't always.
Well, and I'll add to that, the military now, all branches are providing programs for that veteran or that soldier as they're coming off of active duty. They put on classes for helping you to do a resume. Give you in the area, they'll try to pull up links and resources where you might be able to get employment before you come off active duty. And Leonard and I and Jim, we joked about this. A lot of times when you're getting ready to get out of the military, you're coming off active duty, those classes are not something that you're really focused on. You're just trying to get out. So you're just checking the box, check the box, and then you get out there and then we'll hear some say, man, I wish I would have paid attention. I wish I would have focused on that. But we are trying to make sure that we provide that for the veterans also when they come off active duty.
Well, it does make a difference with the support because you are out. So it's easier because you've walked that life and you're able to help them better than someone just an expert out there, don't really know what's been through, trying to help you get through this process. So, but Leonard, I got a question for you. Tell us a little bit about the benefits of a chamber member joining the Veterans Entrepreneur Group for their business. What benefits will they get out of it?
It's the benefits of the strength in numbers. Okay, there's over 800 and we're approaching 850 members strong. There's that strength in numbers. There's that opportunity to connect with other like-minded business individuals, people who are along the same path that you are, and being able to have our conversations. When Jim couldn't be on with us here today, he's also with Veteran Support Group. You get the three of us together, man. We had a meeting in here in my office when we first got this. Remember that Air Force guy that came in and we all had the meeting here in my office? And
I do.
We got in here, man.
Ron.
Before you know it, the three of us had turned on this poor man, and we had all just, but he came in with the wrong attitude. We had to kind of shape him up. But again, that's servicemen doing service things. We live in a different space. We live on a different, and we're able to come together like this, and it allows us to continue to do the things that we're used to being able to do. Because Chris was kind of alluding to that a moment ago. We're looking at being able to do business differently. When we come together, you realize that if we're doing breakfast and we're all standing there together, we're not going to stand here and watch one person doing something. Everybody's moving, and we're at Chris's office, and he's setting the places, and maybe I'm grabbing cups, and we're bringing this. We all realize that this needs to come together to do something, but we don't have to stand here and start to giving out orders because we got boots on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another question, any plans on utilizing the Business Resource Center as another focus point in addition to what Chris already offers at his location?
Okay, so I'm sorry. Judy's shameless plug for her business resource center is kind of, I think, yes, absolutely. By all means, we love being able
Shameless.
to have access to the resource center and the programs. There are, and this is why I keep mentioning all the partners that we're bringing together here. The classes, I can't label them off to you right now, but absolutely, whether it's our event space that we're using on the 16th, taking advantage of our resource center and the things that we're able to do there, and the Chris's, the Rebecca who couldn't be here today, they're my event lineup people, and we'll make sure that we get the very best programs for that so that they're in line with things that our veterans actually need.
Oh, well, I just want another question because this sounds really fascinating. And I know I'm not a vet. My son is a vet from the Air Force. Okay. But I'm just saying, is this just pretty much focused on business development support for veterans? This entrepreneur program that you two have joined together create?
This program is for veterans, yes.
You
This
have to
is for veterans.
self-identify.
It's specific for veterans. And
Okay.
yes, this support is directly for the veteran.
Okay. And will any of the benefits of the veteran businesses get certifications?
That's a possibility, and I know as long as I have you around, that possibility gets even stronger. So yeah, we'll revisit this, Judy.
Well, hey, I'm here for you. I love my vets.
Yeah.
Love
All right.
veterans and whatever support I can give, I'm here, Chris. Okay? So
Thank you.
this is awesome because we should be in this together. Collaboration is what,
By all means.
because people are people no matter what walks of life you come. And if we come together with your uniqueness from that military background, it's just iron sharpens iron. It's just
Yeah.
nothing but great things can happen from it. So
We agree.
Christy, I'm sorry, I may have jumped in. Is it your time to ask some more of these wonderful questions with these great gentlemen? Well, beside Leonard, the gentleman and Leonard. I love Leonard. We brother and
Pick
sister.
on Leonard Day, absolutely. So, we kind of asked this, but really when it comes down to it, we're asking for community support of our entrepreneurial group. And so, Judy said something about we need our chamber members to self-identify if they are veterans. And so we can get a bigger picture of how many veterans we actually have within our organization. And if they're wanting to get involved, they need to get in touch with Leonard and become part of this entrepreneurial group. How can the rest of us help
Yes.
with that?
Yeah, we can help by doing and continuing to do the types of programs that we're having right now. We can we can come together by sharing this information. We can help by making sure that we all know the services that a veteran support group brings to the table, that we're sharing this information, that we're talking about it, that it's part of the comfortable or uncomfortable conversations, however you want to look at it. And then you were just as I was on the other screen here looking, you were talking about, we currently have 42 businesses that have identified as veteran-owned businesses because we do track that as of right now. So as of right now, we have at least 42 businesses that have identified as veteran-owned businesses. All of the veteran-owned information, because we can isolate them, is certainly going to go directly to them. But we're going to also share it with the rest of the community and the chamber members because we have people that want to support veterans, as Judy was saying, whether they're a veteran or not a veteran.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important that the community gets behind what it is that we're doing, but we need to let them know what we're doing so that they have the opportunity to get behind it.
Correct. Yes.
Absolutely.
So, Chris, you want to expand a little bit on that as well?
Yeah. Yeah. We appreciate uh, Leonard coming to us and asking us to partner and help out in any way we can assist veterans. And again, with us, all of our services are free. We don't charge a veteran for anything. So quite naturally, we are always looking for sponsorship
Mhm.
from other members of the chamber, and just any organization out there that want to help vets. The employment piece is very important for our young veterans coming off active duty that really still need to work. And then the piece with us assisting those veterans, like Leonard said earlier, veterans aren't looking for handouts,
Right.
but they want to help and be a part of the community, just like the rest of us. So yeah, anything that we can do to help them along uh, with this partnership with the chamber is, I think it's going to be great, and appreciate you guys inviting us to the table for sure. And I would be remiss if I did not leave out the mayors of Hampton and Locust Grove on purpose. I apologize.
Oh,
The
yeah.
young mayor in Locust Grove, I can't remember his name.
Carlos Greer.
It's free.
Greer.
Carlos.
Yeah.
There you go. He is supporting us. He's yet Hampton and Locust Grove. What we did was we reached out to all the mayors of Henry County, invited them to come and have breakfast, and we take them through and show them the services that we provide. And the new mayor in Locust Grove, we're still yet to meet them, but we do reach out and we want to bring them in to show them what we're doing, and also we can incorporate this employment piece that the chamber is putting together. So thank
Okay,
you.
awesome. Now, I have another question. Now, it's quite a few military bases in Georgia, correct? So,
Used to be
used to be not that many anymore?
the base realignment. There's been closures, as the military has downsized. Several of the bases have closed. For instance, right here in the Atlanta area, Fort McPherson and Fort Gillem, those are no longer military installations.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
only reason I brought that up is I was wondering if you were reaching out in advance to the military bases as they're coming out to help smooth that transition so they really know about you as soon as they're coming out. That was one of the things that I was wondering.
That was a part of what we did before the shutdown. We
Hmm.
tried to reach out and introduce ourselves to let those veterans know, but then when those installations shut down, that just kind of fell to the wayside. Now understand, we're here in Henry County to assist veterans, but we assist veterans from anywhere. We've helped veterans as far as California, New York, uh, Florida, anywhere in the United States, even outside of the United States, they have questions and need an assistance. So I also want to get that plug in there. We're
Oh,
not
and I was
just
trying to
for
help you
Henry
out.
County. Yep,
Right. I
not
was
just
trying to
Henry
help you
County.
out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Leonard, I'm really excited. How many members you have so far with your entrepreneur veterans group, and how many are you trying to not target, but at least a goal you're set? You know, in this.
Currently, we have a body of about 10 on the current committee.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe take that. I don't think I wanted to get too big. It may go to 15, 16. It's in
Okay.
that neighborhood. I don't see it going over 20.
Okay.
We want to be able to have effective, intimate conversations that lead to execution.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a military thing, so execution has to be the ultimate objective. If not,
Mm-hmm.
it's a conversation, and yeah, that's not what we're doing.
Right. Exactly. You want. What specific goals do you have coming out of this entrepreneur? What are you trying to accomplish with this group that you have established? What goals, particular ones? Just goals.
Goals are going to be a lot of what we've covered here today is establishing and them understanding the conduit of how we get to assistance. A particular long range goal would be setting up a centralized telephone number or uh, access point for them to get to, whether they're trying to get to VST or whether they're trying to get to a doctor,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of the service that this person needs right now. And a lot of the times that's maybe going to run through a veteran support group. But
Mhm.
us getting that one initial part of that is going to be centralizing all of the services that we offer, identifying those services.
Mhm.
And I'm learning a great deal about it myself. I've got to be upfront. And the Chris, Jim, everybody, um, everybody over at the veteran support group, they're do nothing but try to pour in and make sure that you understand what is going on, what is really available. And I'll admit to my dismay and shock when I found out all of the free services just that veteran support group offers. If
Mhm.
you take the time, if you have the time, if you're listening to this call and you have the time to go by and take a tour and see just veteran support, we're not even getting into the rest of the services yet.
Mhm.
It all needs to be filled in, and we want to do it properly as opposed to just screaming, because right now it's out there and people aren't realizing it. So we're going to form a plan on how we're going to deliver the information. But yeah, I definitely suggest for starters, let's all learn as much about veteran support group as we can.
Okay.
That's going to allow us the organic connections alone that come out of that, I think will help us just branch out and make this thing do what it does.
Okay. Now, Chris, how can non-veterans help you other than sponsorship? You mentioned something about clothing. What type of donations or resources that are needed that we can support you with, whether it's business or just the chamber members?
Yes. Well, we have a volunteer program. If
Mhm.
you're interested in volunteering, helping us out with our clothes closet, it has to stay organized. And the clothes that we generally ask for, we like to get business casual
Mhm.
clothing, even though we'll take some other clothing. But our main goal was trying to provide clothing for that veteran to go on a job interview.
Mhm.
To sometimes veterans get in trouble and they have to go to court, and we want you to show up and present well in front of the judge with a nice set of clothing. We have events that we do from time to time, and we're always looking for volunteers along with our sponsors. But people just want to give back and help out. The veterans that want to come and participate with us can do that. Our staff, like I said, is all volunteer staff.
Mhm.
Nobody gets paid down here. It
Right.
gives us a place to go, a place to stay busy. It helps some of us out that might have been, we have issues with PTSD,
Mhm.
and sometimes that can lead you to trouble.
Mhm.
You're trying to fight the pain, you start using medication, you over medicate, alcohol,
Mhm.
and a veteran may get in trouble. And so we partner with the city of McDonough with the Veterans Treatment Court,
Mhm.
because that veteran, yeah, locking them up is not going to help them. They
Right.
need some kind of treatment. And so going through that program, it's an 18-month to 2-year program that veteran is in.
Mhm.
We try to give them a place to come and do their community service. You're around other veterans. That's mentorship. That's
Mhm.
giving you a person that you can talk to and not feel judged. But
Okay.
we also partner with other veteran organizations here in Henry County and the surrounding area, because some of the services that we don't have them all.
Right.
I heard Leonard mention housing, uh, housing repair, the American Legion Post 516 here in McDonough. Those guys will get together and go out and help a senior veteran with the repairs on their home and not charge them for it.
Awesome.
But of course, they can't continue to do that out of their own pocket. They need
Right.
sponsorship. So we are, beeping the horn to help organizations like that. Those guys need help.
Mhm.
There's other veteran support groups. I say support groups, but other veteran organizations right here in Henry County that are reaching out to help those veterans. We had we hosted an event called the Veterans Organizations Roundtable. We called it VORT for short. And we invited any and every veteran organization, Henry County, surrounding area, to come to the table, tell us what you do, how we can help one another. Because if I don't provide the service, I need to know what other organization out there we can turn to for assistance for that veteran. And so we pooled those resources together and we shared them with each other. We sent this information out to those that attended and those that didn't attend. You know, if you couldn't attend for whatever reason, we still provide this information to those organizations. And we're still doing that as necessary.
Okay.
Now, that's something that I learned about literally right now. And that's something that I've foresaw as far as a process of something that we definitely need to have. And looking forward to getting involved, being connected to, and us embellishing and improving something along those lines. And sometimes it's having that, even when I see people join the chamber, if they're solopreneurs, that can be a heavy lift if you're the one person and you've got to run the business. Judy, you guys can attest to this. You've got to run the business. Now you've got a service or something that you're looking to provide, but you still have a business that you have to run and maintain. Okay, these plates are all spinning. Well, we got these plates spinning, and that was one that I didn't even realize that we could get into an orbit there, Christopher. So we're going to have some more conversations about those types of things. And we will be giving you more updates as we grow.
Great, because you know I'm coming after you to get more information out here. I just love to support you. So the more information you get out, the greater support you will receive, because people will know what it is you're doing. They'll have a mission to want to stand behind your mission and also help you support, but they have to know about it. If they don't know about it, they can't support you. And this is why we're asking all these questions. Another question came up with as far as the support services for veterans. Whereas VEG, which is Veterans provides
Veterans Entrepreneurial Group.
There you go. I got to get used to that. VEG, Veterans Entrepreneur Group. So this is for you, Leonard. Provide support to veterans-owned businesses. So how do you provide support to them, and what are their needs, and how the chamber can help them grow their business as far as mentorship or leadership development? Can you distinguish any particular possibilities of this?
Well, as you well know, we've already explored some opportunities for grant writers and things along those lines to come on board. A lot of the times, the offer or the ask may need to be evaluated to find out exactly what level. An offer can often be ambiguous. Sorry, that was a hard sentence to get together there. And by that I mean we need to know specifically what you're asking for. I need help with my business could mean more than one thing depending upon who we're actually talking to. So putting something in place that will allow us to assess and determine exactly where that veteran is within that business. Or if you're looking for this, are you in a position to actually qualify for this? If you're asking for a grant, if you're looking for a certification, if you're trying to help get your veteran certification. And as I don't have to tell you, you can answer even better for me. Through our resource center, we're going to be in a position to put these things in place as we see fit and as we need them. I don't want to say it's on an a la carte basis, but I think, Judy, as we see and determine that we've got a need and we see a need that's actually, how do I best put this? Where we've got enough data to know here, this is what we're really trying to accomplish.
It's a problem we're trying to solve. Yeah.
Yes, then we can point our machine toward it. And you know how it is here. When we start focusing on what it is that we're trying to achieve, we've got a great team here as far as getting it done, and we all come together to do that. And that includes the people on the call.
Yes. Okay. Chris, you have anything you want to add before we start wrapping things up? Anything else you want to stress, mention again? That Veterans Memorial Day Gala and that Armed Force Day, I will be at, I don't know, the 9th I may not be, but I know for sure I will be at the Armed Force Day.
Hey, Chris, you still got tickets available for Armed Force Day?
Absolutely. they're going fast, but we definitely have more tables. We're reaching out to the community. Uh, we are
How much are
looking.
the tables?
Say again.
How much are the tables?
280 for a table.
Okay.
200. Okay, 280
And
for a table.
yes, and $50 per individual ticket.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And is it 10 rounds of 10 for the tables? So that's a
I'm sorry.
deal. If it's 280 for the table, is it
Yeah.
rounds of 10?
How many?
No,
Or is
it's
it whole
uh,
family?
yeah, no, it's six people per table.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
Okay.
but yeah, but if we need to get squeeze some more in there, we'll find a way. It's a large event place, the Family Center there at Grace Baptist Church.
Okay.
And again, yes, please share that information, get it out there. We're looking forward to it. We're very excited about this. This is the first time that we know of that an event like this has taken place. If it's not in the country, we can say at least here in Henry County,
Right.
that is the first. And we're really looking forward to it. And then following week, joining Leonard and his group over there for the uh, Armed Forces Day event.
Yeah.
And we're going to be really busy the next few weeks because we got to get up the next morning on after the Armed Forces Day for the Geranium Festival.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's
Yeah.
coming
Oh, so
soon.
you
Yeah.
volunteer for other events too with your group.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
We always looking for volunteers. We'll be manning the booth for the Geranium Festival. We have our booth set up for the Armed Forces Day.
See,
And
I didn't know
also,
that. Okay.
as far as the health fair is concerned, the health fair, as far as the Armed Forces Day is concerned here, we will have tables and booths. If you've got information that you want to share with veterans that you feel like is going to be beneficial, we'll have tables set up there for $100. The sponsorships, chamber membership, that's who's going to be able to sponsor. But chamber membership will be able to receive emails regarding different sponsorships that are available for the Veterans Entrepreneurs Group.
Great.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Well, Christy, you have anything you would like to share before we wrap everything up?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Leonard just to to state the vision statement for the Veterans Entrepreneurial Group. Um, just for those who might be a little bit, it might be interested in joining, just to kind of restate what that vision is for those who are interested.
All right, it's a statement, so I'm going to kind of read through it to you to make sure that we actually hit it on point.
Yeah.
It's to honor and empower Henry County's veterans community by fostering opportunities for professional growth, entrepreneurship, and civic engagement. Through strategic partnerships, advocacy, and meaningful programs, we aim to connect veterans and their families with resources and networks that drive economic successes and community well-being. Together, we strive to make Henry County a model community that celebrates and supports those who've served our nation.
Perfect, thank you. And would be remiss not to mention the Innovation Summit that is coming up June 18th. We invite everyone, veterans as well, to come to that Innovation Summit. We're going to talk about workplace culture, and definitely there's a culture coming out of the armed forces
Yes.
that can be different than regular workplace culture. So
Absolutely.
it is also something to know and recognize. So join us June 18th for the Innovation Summit. We're really excited about how programming is coming together for that. And Judy,
Don't forget
Barbara,
May
and I are
19th.
working on that. And
Yes.
so, it's going to be great. So we invite everyone to that.
Yep. And then
You know, I
May
wanted to touch on
18th.
one thing Chris said at the end there. Chris mentioned that was their first on this gala, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
This is our first Armed Forces Day. It's not the last. These are inaugural events, and
Yep.
the goal, not the goal. This will be inaugural. Obviously, this is going to continue, so it is an annual event going forward.
Awesome. Okay, so one last thing you did mention about mentorship. So the chamber do offer a mentorship program, and
Do we
veterans.
have a mentorship program, Judy?
Hush. Welcome. So if you want to learn more about that, Chris, and your group, come May 19th, we'll be there from 11 to 1 in the Hutchins Room at the Henry County Chamber of Commerce. And it's
Great.
going to be open to everyone to learn about the second cohort, because we already started one in January. So we'll have the mentees and mentors there to talk to you and answer questions and highlight their businesses so you can see what we're doing, and bring as many of your vets, who are interested in becoming a mentee or mentor in this program that we have.
Hey,
Great.
listen, one thing about that program, the seats go fast.
They do.
This isn't just hype to try to get you to those seats. If you have any interest in this mentorship program, get moving on getting your application. What's the submission process, Judy?
Well, right now they can go online and accept now, even though the kickoff is May 19th, where it goes live, and June 3rd is a deadline or a cutoff date that but we're only taking 10 mentees, because 10 mentees, 10 mentors, but we roll every 6 months. So you can still get in. If you don't make it in on this time, then we'll still revisit for the next cohort that starts in January. But yes, it's a popular mentorship program. So if they want to get in, they need to get in, but they do have to have at least a year in business and at least to turn a profit. So we have to see that you definitely want to be mentored and scale your business, and it is a cost of $250 for 1 year. So it's not just checking off the box mentorship; it's really accountability to it, and we do ask you to, as far as the mentees, write out your goals for each month, what you're trying to accomplish. So it's the accountability piece to this. So it is very structured. So military could appreciate the structure.
Absolutely.
So with that said, if it's nothing else, we're 3 minutes to the hour. So we'd like to thank Kaiser Permanente for your sponsorship once again for this community dialogue. And thank you, Leonard and Christopher, for joining us. This was a really great topic. It's something that we needed to get out there and, have more veterans come and help them, transformation. It's about transformation into the secular world of corporate.
Right. Thank you
Well,
for
thanks for
having
having
us.
us.
Thank you for having us. I actually put our website out on the chat
Okay.
so that if somebody wants to go and register to attend our event, they can go right there to our website.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Leonard, you had anything you wanted to close out?
This was great. Thanks for the opportunity to share. The next time we get ready to do something really cool, we'll come back and hang out with you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
sounds like a plan. All right, thank you, and everybody have a wonderful day. Appreciate you attending.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.